Hi YouTube, welcome to day 28 of our board studying. We only have 5 more days left. I think that's right. We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday we take the test. So, today was kind of a rough day. We were supposed to use today as kind of a review day, and John did good and finished what he wanted to do, but I was just exhausted after going to bed on Friday at 1 o'clock and waking up early and then talking with everybody. My throat was so sore because I was just getting over being sick and then talking, and there's so many people. I mean, I was like yelling at people or anything, but I don't know, my voice was just shot and my throat hurt so bad in the morning. And so I didn't get much done. I tried to finish my Severies book. So what I'm doing is I'm going through this book. So studying for the COMLEX, I'm sure you know this book very well. And just going through and writing out my own study sheets. That's how I study best, and that's how I did all the tests last year, and it really helped my grades. My grades went up. So, for example, I don't know, the light, you can see all that. I just make my own kind of high yield sheets. I use all the gray boxes, and then also anything I deem important that maybe wasn't in a gray box. And I was supposed to do 130 pages of first aid, but I didn't. So I'm going to have to cram all that into 3 days. I'm going to try to get through all that and do questions. I'll let you know how tomorrow goes. I'm going to sit tonight and figure out what I want my next 4-ish days to look like. But yeah, I just tried to recover. I took some naps. And we went out to Dairy Queen tonight, so that was fun. Some ice cream. And now I'm going to answer all your questions. I wrote them down. So I only look back at like the last 7 days from my last video that I answered questions on, which is on Sundays, and I answer them. So I hope I didn't miss any that someone asked on like a different video, but these are the ones that I answer. Someone commented about work, and yes, we do work in medical school, and there isn't a rule or anything at our school saying you can't work when you're in medical school. We work for the school, though. We work as AV assistants, so when we were in class, there was, I think, 4 of us, and so we would just, different day of the week, each have, like, I had I think I had Thursdays and John had Tuesdays, I can't remember anymore, but our job was to be there at like 7:45 and be ready for the presenter to bring their flash drive and set up their PowerPoint, and we MP3 recorded it on the computer system that's up there, and we also use a program called Camtasia, which records like whatever's on the computer screen. So if they use their mouse pointer, if they're doing like a histology slide or something, it's nice, then people can watch those MP4s, the videos. And so it was our job to get that set up, get it recorded, post it, so the students that weren't in class listen to it. So it's kind of easy. It's about 4 hours a day, because that's how many hours we usually were in class, and you got paid to do that. And it was stressful. It's not like, oh, set it up, go sit back down, because like if the microphone's acting weird, or the internet goes out, or they don't know how to use the pointer, you're the one who you have to deal with that. So it is a little bit stressful on some days. And then also we worked as TAs, so teaching assistants, as second years. We worked in the OMM department, and we helped out with the first year's labs, and that was great. I loved, as a first year, when they had lots of second years, it was so helpful to be like, am I doing this right? And can you diagnose this and see if that's what I diagnosed it as? And then also, I also loved this, was our PD class, our physical diagnosis class. So that's like where you learn how to use all your equipment, your stethoscope, how to do all the testing. And anyways, we had little stations, and it was pretty much run by the second years, and they just cycled through, and that was really fun. And you get paid to do that as well. So yes, we work, but it's not. Oh, and I wanted to comment back on the AV assistants too. We also work as night AV service people, and it's 5 to 10 on the nights that we signed up to work, which is usually once or twice a week, with John and I combined, so once a week for us individually. We would both go in usually. And we fill up printer paper. Fridays we filled up the markers like in the study rooms, and then if there's any night classes going on for any of the other master's programs, we just made sure like they were set up. We didn't have to sit in the classes. We had to make sure the projector was on and they could download their PowerPoint and that, and help them out. There's a few other random things that we would be in charge of. But that was pretty easy. I mean, you check all the rooms, make sure all the projectors are off at least twice a night, and fill printer paper twice a night. But I mean, you put in probably an hour of work for the 5 hours that you were there studying and getting paid. So, kind of easy, nice jobs. But anyways, so yes, you can work in medical school. I guess it sounds like it depends on the medical school because I don't know. There's other people who work other jobs, and I have friends who babysit, and so it's possible to work in med school. It depends on you though, and if you have the time and things. So ours were nice because we were either in class anyways, or I mean, being an OMM TA helped me review OMM, so it was all at least school related. And someone asked about if I was going to finish a question bank, and I am planning to finish ComBank. I'm almost done with it now, and then I am going to start ComQuest, and I'm going to do a review for you guys. They offered it to me, and I'm going to do a review on ComQuest, and then after the test talking about, you know, if it was similar and all that. So watch out for those videos. And that's what I'm going to use for my review days. Just from what I've looked at too, I've had a lot of really good reviews about ComQuest, and that's what I was planning to use for level 2 anyways. So I'm excited to start that. I'm going to start that tomorrow. My numerical goal, I think I mentioned in other videos, is 550. I picked that back in January, so that's my goal. Where do we study? Well, it depends. Since we've moved, we've tried to go into school every day, like Monday through Friday, because the person we live with works up at our school, and we just carpool up there with him, which is really nice. And we sit in the library from 7:30 to 4 when we're there. And actually, I do really pretty well there. Other days, we've stayed at home, like when I was sick and stuff, and I tried to study here, and I would say most days I'm not very good. So I do study at home, but I probably should be going to the library. But during school, and I'll make a video on my first and second year. I have a whole list of videos I'm going to make in July when I'm doing nothing. I used to study random places. I would actually study at home a lot and get a lot done. So it's interesting this year. I think this year because there's a baby in the house and I'm very distracted and I love hanging out with him. That's probably why. Lectures. Our lectures are online, so it's through. And I hope this person was talking about our review. So we bought Doctors in Training, and it's all online. I guess you can go to their live courses, but we always plan to do the online ones. And it's your pace, how you want to do it. I think you have 30 days to listen to them, and they're averaging 33 minutes each. They do tell you that. But some of them are like 17 minutes, and some of them are 70 minutes. So, but I'd say the majority are in the 30s or 40s. Like I said, they're all online. You can listen to 10 a day, you can listen to 1 a day, you can, I mean, well, you won't get through them, but it's up to you when you want to listen to them. Monthly resolutions. I actually was in, I don't even remember what video that was in, but when the new year came around, I wanted to do kind of monthly goals, I guess, different improvements in my life. And I heard somewhere that it takes 21 days to start a new habit. And so I figured if we try to do it for 30 days and try to get 21 days out of the 30, that would be awesome. So my sister and I made up a list of things, and I tried to find it. I really did. But I couldn't find it in time to do this video because everything's all packed and chaos, and I have to go through and organize all that still. And I think the first month was actually a really good month. I think I've showed you my little water bottle in the past. It's just one of those Camelbacks, I think is what they're called. And I got my sister one for Christmas too. And our goal is to drink 3 of those a day. I think it was 3. And that actually went really well. I think I made it 23 days out of the 30. And I mean, I really didn't drink much water, I found out. And now after that, I have continued. I don't drink 3 a day, but I at least do drink 2. Sometimes I drink 3 or 4. So that actually worked really well. I'm trying to think what the other ones were. One was like, well, for her, it was get her backpack packed up and all her golf things in her car the night before. So in the morning, she could just go and like make sure your room's picked up and stuff. And for me, it was, well, John actually, it was mostly for John, was make sure all the dishes were cleaned up and put away and washed. We didn't have a dishwasher at our old place. So that was one, and I think we failed miserably on that one. One for her was...
I did just fine. I don't know how it was a resolution for you, and I did it, but...
John's objecting. He said he did great, and he did all the days. Do you really think he did all the days?
No, I think I got
He thinks he met 21 out of the 30.
Yeah.
I'll also go back and look. I have it all in my calendar, and I would actually cross off on the days. And one was workout for 30 days, and actually I did the Jillian Michaels 30-day shred, and I worked out for 30 days. I worked out every single day. I kid you not. I was so proud of myself for doing that. Can you think of the other ones that we did already? And then I kind of fell off the wagon. I think there was one for this month, but I couldn't even tell you what one it was because I didn't do it, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know.
But there's one I bite my nails. I need to stop that before I start my rotations because number one, that's gross. Number two, I don't want my hands looking gross in front of patients.
It's gross.
Well, it is. Think of all the germs and stuff I'll be picking up working in the hospital and clinic. And my sister does too, so we have to stop that. I don't know, I think one was meet the recommended daily dose of vegetables, which I think is, I don't know, what is it, 7 to 12? 9 to 12? It was some crazy actual number that is actually the recommended daily dose of vegetables. So we're going to try to do that. Anyways, now I'm just talking. I can't remember what the rest were, but I do have a list. I can't find it. But and how we keep track of each other. We would just text each other. It was fun in the beginning. I especially remember this with the water bottle. I'd be like, 2 down, 1 to go, and it was kind of nice. Just hear back and forth, or talk back and forth with each other. Just a little text message or something on Facebook. Okay, Kaplan versus DIT and choosing between them. Our school provided us with the Kaplan course, and I didn't know that they were going to do that because in the past our school provided us with the Kaplan course, but it was the live lectures they brought in, and I'm not a very good live lecture listener. I mean, I go to live lectures, but I need to hear it again, and I need to write things out, I need to be able to pause. So I had researched and researched and researched all last summer, and doctors in training just seemed awesome, especially compared to how I study. Oh, that's my toe. And that's why I picked it, and I bought it back in September. And then I found out we were revamping how they were going to do Kaplan course, and they're going to do a new online one. There's going to be online lectures and online live lectures and stuff. And I was like, oh, great, I already bought this. Oh well. And I think they brought in Kaplan to present something to us. Doctors in Training presented something. A Northwestern, I don't know if that's where the company came in and presented. And then the student body voted, and then the student government ended up choosing, and they chose Kaplan, which is great. I actually used to listen to the high yield lectures, most of them, once. And I did that throughout the school year, kind of along with my courses. And DIT, I started in January with the emails, and then, as you know, I started 28 days ago on that. So I've actually gotten a glimpse of both. However, I did not do the Kaplan, what were they called, the live?
Oh, yeah.
They were live lectures, but they were recorded. And so,
They weren't recorded.
Or not recorded, they were online, but they were live. It was streamed through something. And I didn't do those because I knew I was going to have doctors in training, and it was during the school year, and I just wanted to keep doing well in the class. I was doing really well second year, so I didn't listen to any of those. John listened to a few, so maybe I'll get his opinion on it. But that was included, and they also included QBanks, the USMLE Kaplan QBank and the COMLEX QBank. And so how to go about choosing that? I'm not sure. I'm thinking about doing a video after I'm done with the test and having an idea of what helped me the most. I already have my own ideas kind of now, but I'm going to wait till the end to talk about each. I'll make a DIT video, I'll make a Kaplan video, and that, so watch out for that. But, osteopathic medicine books. Shoot, I was going to research this before I did this. But there is one book, I wish I had my bookshelf near me, because it's the history of osteopathic medicine. That was one that we had to read in our history of medicine class, and I would say that's a good place to start if you want to learn kind of the history and the philosophies and everything like that. Let's start there. Otherwise, I'll do a little bit more research, and I'll get back to you on what book, because there's the Foundations book, which is Foundations of Osteopathic Medicine. It's probably $120, and we bought that, and it's just a thick textbook. So that would be a great place, and it has a bunch of stuff. It talks about treatments and history and philosophies and everything like that. But like I said, it's a huge textbook. The little paperback one will probably be much cheaper. Advice for students who are studying medicine abroad. I don't know. I would love to hear from you guys and I'm following Laura's blog, and she's doing her medical school in Costa Rica. Or she finished, actually. She's done. So congratulations to you. Oh my goodness, so exciting. So I would love to hear even more about how it is studying abroad, because I don't know anything. I really don't. So I don't have any advice. Sorry. Videos. Test taking. Oh, so someone was talking about like test taking, just making more videos. And come this July, when I'm done and I'm home from vacation, I plan on making quite a few videos. I have a whole list. So I'll talk about test taking and my application process to med school. I know what I wrote in my essays. I wonder if I can find those. That'd be really fun to read it to you guys. First year med school, second year med school, and then I'm gonna, once rotations start, I'm gonna do maybe like weekly videos or something for my rotations. So, day 23, yes, that was a weird video. If you go back and watch the day 23 one, I rewatched it, and the voice and video, they don't match up, and I don't know why, because my actual video from when I recorded it on my computer is fine, and then on YouTube, it's not. So, I didn't even really watch that one on YouTube because I upload them and then I'm sleeping by the time they're posted usually. So I didn't want to re-upload it. So that one's just weird, sorry. I did not do a voice, I don't know why. Something with YouTube or how I uploaded it, I'm not sure. Oh, and like getting better, what am I doing in order to feel better? Because I was sick. Gosh, I feel like I've been sick for like 10 days. But this last time probably wasn't good. I haven't been sick, like I said, in at least a year or two. And I'm not really, we just moved and everything, so I don't have everything available to me like I usually do. And it's kind of weird that, we're spending so many hours in the day studying. So this time around, I just tried to sleep as much as I could, drink lots of water, but I probably wasn't even the best at that. Continue to eat healthy. I love eating like soups, which probably aren't even healthy, but I try to like eat the thick chicken soups with like the vegetables and the noodles and the chicken, which would probably eat healthier on normal days. I don't know why I would say that was healthy, but I don't know. I'm not a huge like medicine person. I don't like stuff. I don't go out and buy the AM and PM cold and take NyQuil at night. I don't like to do that. But this time around, I did take that antihistamine that one night, and that actually really worked. I think that day that my nose hurt so bad, it was because I blew my nose so many times, and it would hurt, and it would be full of, snot. I don't know, the mucus. I don't know what the cool term is for that. But then I would blow my nose, and it would be even more irritated. So finally, when I took that antihistamine, I think it dried me up enough so that during the night, I didn't have to wake up and blow my nose, and my nose could like heal because my nose did not hurt the next day. So that was actually smart of me to take that one once I finally convinced myself I should do that. And when my sore throat hits, which is the worst part of a cold for me, seriously, I hate the sore throat part, I sometimes will take ibuprofen just because I can't even think other than my sore throat. I'm such a baby. But in order to get better, I just, I read in my other place, there's really not anything that will shorten the duration per se. I guess you don't want it to go on, so you don't want to continue to be stressed and to, let your immune system kick it as fast as it can. So getting sleep and making sure you're you're eating the right things and keeping your nutrition up and drinking lots of water. I don't know, maybe I should do a video on colds. I'll do some more research and let you know. Next question was COMLEX similar to the USMLE? I'm not taking the USMLE, so I wish I could actually, from experience, tell you the differences, but they have to be similar because the first aid book is actually made for USMLE, and we use it to study for the COMLEX. The biggest difference on the COMLEX is that we do have the OMM questions that you won't find on the USMLE. There's also other differences from what I've heard. I haven't taken it, but this is all like Student Doctor Network I've been looking on, and there's like less biochem and less stats and stuff. Also, I hear it's a more poorly written test in the sense that there's spelling errors and the COMLEX, right?
Yep.
And they'll be like completely out of left field questions and everything. But then talking to someone who took the assembly, they said that, you know, they didn't feel like it tested all their knowledge either. So I don't know. But the biggest difference is, I guess, who can take it, and there's OMM on the COMLEX. That's not on the USMLE. Was I an honors student in college? Well, we didn't really have honors per se. I was on the dean's list for a few semesters, so I guess maybe that's honors. And I graduated cum laude, and I think my last video I said what my GPA was. I think it was like a 3.62. I don't know, I said it in my last video. I actually looked it up, but a week later I can't even remember, so. And the state that I was in previously for that other video was Minnesota. So that is where that beautiful background is from. I love it. I love Minnesota. Anyways, that is all your questions. Hopefully I answered them all, and I understood them and answered them correctly. So if you have any more, post them below. Like I said, I'll be doing videos this summer on some of the big, broader topics that I could speak for quite a long time on. Anyways, this video is now 21 minutes long, so I will leave. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.